Welcome everyone, my name is Janet. I'm working through the King James's Bible. Today I'm in the book of Numbers, working through chapters 20 and 21. I was going to do chapter 22 as well, but I think there's so much in these two chapters that I didn't want to cram in too much in one video. So we'll begin with chapter 20, and we start with the Israelites going to the Zin desert and staying at Kadesh. And sadly in Kadesh, this is where Miriam, Moses' sister, eventually passes away, so she dies in the land of Kadesh. Now in this land the Israelites didn't have any water, and so they start complaining, and then they start going on again, as they have in many chapters prior to this, complaining about being in this land, the wilderness. What are they doing here? We had it so much better in Egypt, you know. And they come to Moses and Aaron with all of this complaining. And so Aaron and Moses go to the tabernacle and face down at the tent, and they go to ask for God's help. And God comes to them. God speaks to Moses and he tells him to get Aaron and the people and to go to the rock. There is a rock in this area, and he has to speak to this rock and the water will flow from it. That's what he wants them to do. So what Moses does is he goes towards that rock with the people and Aaron, does all as God says there. When he gets there, he hits the rock twice with his staff, and then water comes out of it. He didn't believe that speaking to it was going to actually release water from it. He also was angry that the people were complaining, and out of sheer rage, he let the better of that get to him, and he went against how God had told him to do this. And so obviously there are consequences when you go against the Lord. Now as water is flowing from this rock, the Israelites then start drinking from it, and the animals drink from it, so everybody is then quenched of their thirst. But God tells Aaron and Moses, because of what they did, because they went against his word, they will not now be leading the people into the promised land. It is gone from their purpose, so they've lost that privilege now of being able to see the people in the promised land. They are going to die now in the wilderness. So now we move on to Moses sending messages to the king of Edom, because he wants to pass through his land. So he does the right thing and he asks, well, can we go through your land? We won't go through any of your fields, we won't go through any of your vineyards, and we certainly won't drink from your wells. We'll stay on the outskirts, but can we come through? And King Edom says, no, you cannot come through. You're not coming through, you're not coming anywhere near. I'm going to bring down swords and my armies, and we will kill you if you come anywhere near our land. So Moses decides, we'll just go in a different direction. We'll figure a different route out, so that's what he does. We then see the Israelites going to Mount Hor, and God tells Moses here to take Aaron and his son Eleazar and go up to the top of the mount. So he does as God commanded, and he takes Aaron to the top of the mount, and he is to remove Aaron's priestly garments and transfer them to Eleazar, because Aaron is getting really old now, and God knows his time is coming to an end and that he's going to die at the top of this mount. His passing is here. And this is exactly what happens. Moses takes him to the top. He transfers the clothes from his brother Aaron, puts them on his son Eleazar, and Aaron passes away. So you really feel for Moses in this chapter, because he's not only lost his sister, he's also now lost his brother Aaron. And he then comes down from the mountain. He tells all the Israelites what's happened, that now Eleazar is the chief priest and that Aaron is no longer with us. And they mourn then for Aaron for 30 days. And this closes chapter 20. So now as we move into chapter 21, we hear of the king of Canaan who lives in Negev. He's heard of where the Israelites are and that they're heading towards his land, towards Atharim. Now this news to him gets him all riled up, so he sends an army out there to attack them and to capture some of them. And that's exactly what happens. The Israelites are attacked and some of them are captured. Now because all of this has happened to the Israelites, they go to God and they make a vow. God, please bring the Israelites to us, and we will slay them all. We will take over their cities and their towns if you do this for us. So God does exactly what they ask. The Canaanites are delivered to them. They have this war rage. It's a real battle going on, and they eventually win this battle, and they take over their towns and they take over their cities. And this then battle is named the Battle of Hormah. Now the Israelites are moving towards the Red Sea, and they're going around Edom, it's the road there is really bumpy, it's rugged, there's a lot going on, and it's very difficult passage to go through. Plus, it's taking them kind of in the opposite direction as to where they want to be, Canaan. They're going south when they need to be going north. And so this is really starting to make the Israelites doubt, what the heck is Moses and Aaron doing with us, you know? And they're thirsty again, and they're saying that the food that they've got, the bread, is not sustaining them for this journey. It's like, it's just, we're weak, we're fed up, and on they go. And at this point, I think God's just had enough. He's like, look, it doesn't matter what I seem to do. I've delivered them there, they've won this battle, I've constantly kept bringing all of these things to them, and they are still mourning. So at this point, God, he sends snakes down there, snakes, and they bite all of them. They are all then bitten by this venom. And at this point, obviously this makes the Israelites, oh my goodness, so they go to Moses. It's almost like they keep getting themselves into this mourning passage, then they run to Moses to save the day. So Moses, as he always does, he prays to God for help. Please help the people. You know, as he always does, he goes and he's always working on their behalf. So God tells him, okay, go and make a bronze snake. And then when you've made it, the people need to look at it. And everybody who looks at this snake will be saved of their venomous bite. They won't die, they will live. So he does that, the people that look at it, and they're saved from this deadly fate of dying from this snake bite. So after that sort of war within their own camp, they then journey on towards Oman. And here they once again pass through this land. So, you know, as always, the Amorites are saying, no, you're not coming through, we'll kill you, we'll slay you. So they end up in battle with them. So another battle ensues, and the Israelites win this battle as well. They also take over the land of Heshbon, and they settle there and even defeat the king of Bashan. So they've really waged a major war there. They've gone through so much. So now, as we end this chapter, we see the Israelites now dominating all of the land east of Jordan. And that closes our chapter 21. What jam-packed chapters these two are. We see the Israelites waging 2 battles and winning. The Canaanites and the Amorites, they've won. Now they have so much land on their side, but they've also waged war within their own camp. They've had 2 deaths, pretty significant deaths, of Moses' sister and Aaron now. The priesthood is changing, so we're now seeing the younger generation starting to come forward into their like adult way of life. So it's such a journey we are on with the Israelites as they're going from Egypt towards the promised land, and the challenges that they have faced so far. It's been a major journey, and they're not at the promised land yet, so let's see what ensues in the next chapters of Numbers. That closes today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again tomorrow for more in the book of Numbers. Thank you for being here. See you again soon. Bye.